Hello, welcome to my channel Study Creatively. Today we are going to be learning this topic called production possibility curve. So today we are going to be learning what is production possibility curve and the central problems related to the economy in this video. Firstly, we are going to see the meaning of your production possibility curve. After meaning, we are going to be talking about the curve. See, in economics, the way to study any topic is first to know in words, then you should have the mathematical interpretation of that thing. That means we are going to be even looking at schedule, then we are going to talk about, after the schedule, the graph. So these are the three ways, these are the ways of presenting any answer the topic in your particular economics. So therefore we will be starting first with meaning, then we are going to be looking at schedule, then we are going to be talking about the graph. So hope you will like the video, share and subscribe the channel. So let's begin. So understand that later in this video we will be talking about the central problems of an economy. Before talking about what are those problems, we are going to look at the production possibility curve, which is nothing but it shows the nature of economic problem. Okay, nature of economic problem, economic problem which is faced by every economy, and the basic economic problems can be explained with the help of simple diagram, which we will be calling at PPC, production possibility curve. So this is your particular diagram which will show all the economic problem and their nature. Then we will be first explaining the concept and then we will be illustrating it with the central problems, okay, that we have to discuss also later into this video, that we will be discussing. Then talking about what is production possibility curve. Now there is another name also to which we refer this PPC as. The another name for this curve is transformation curve. We also used to say PPC as transformation curve. Okay, so this is a transformation curve. Then before going to directly the meanings, consider a simple economy which has to produce only two goods. Let these goods be butter and guns, which illustrate the problem of choosing between civilian and non-civilian goods. We know there are various types of good: finished good, and then there is intermediate products, there is final goods, and there is producers good, there is civilian goods, non-civilian goods. So there are types and types of varieties of goods that we could classify as goods as, or products as. So talking about civilian and non-civilian goods first. So civilian goods are those goods which can be directly consumable by any consumer, whereas non-civilian goods are those goods which are not for the normal people or for everyone. They are for a specific sector, specific group of the community. Okay, so non-civilian goods and civilian goods. Let's suppose we have to choose between civilian and non-civilian goods, given the total amount of resources and the level of technology, and assuming that all the resources are fully employed in the most efficient way. So you need to remember this hashtag in economics that works out in every single chapter that you're going to be doing, that we have resources which are going to be limited, and comparison with these resources, the ones that we have are unlimited. So we have unlimited ones, whereas when we are talking about the resources, they are limited with us. So this is the hashtag that you need to remember in economics, that resources are limited and wants are unlimited. Therefore we need to make the choices between the goods that we are going to be producing. So talking about here, so we can think of various combinations of two goods. So, if all the given resources are used in the production of guns, the maximum amount of guns that can be produced is 15,000 guns. At the other extreme, if all the resources are devoted to the production of butter, the maximum amount of butter that can be produced with existing technology and resources is 5 million kg. So, these are the two extreme possibilities open to an economy where the economy is producing either guns or butter. Besides these two production possibilities, a large number of other options or possibilities are available to the economy, where the resources are used partly for the production of guns and partly for the production of butter. If the economy is willing to give up some guns, it can have some more butter. If it is willing to give still more guns, it can have still more butter. The various production possibilities available to the economy are going to be discussing here, where we are going to show the combinations, millions kg butter that we are going to produce, and then guns in thousands, then marginal opportunity, which is cost of butter, and the thousand of guns. Okay, so this is the schedule that we are going to be preparing to understand what PPC is all about and the mechanism of it. So the schedule is like, firstly we make the column for the combinations, then we are going to be making for butter million kg, then we are going to be having at the third guns, which are going to obviously in thousands, then we are going to have at the last marginal opportunity of cost of butter, thousands of. So here we have a schedule, and the combinations that we have, first is A, then B, then C, then we have D, then we have E, then we have F. So these are the 6 combinations that we have made, and in all these combination, the first combination A is going to have 0 gram of butter, and then guns we are going to be producing 15. So let's suppose maximum to which we can use all our resources is, we can go with 15 guns and then no butter. Then if we want to produce some kg of butter, then we need to sacrifice guns. Now the sacrifice that we have made here is 14 units. So for 14 guns we can have 1 million kg butter. Then for 2 million kg butter we have to sacrifice more. Now from 15, then 14, then to 12 we moved to. Okay, now here we can obtain in the combination C 2 million kg butter, then 3 million kg butter. So if you see, firstly we have 0 butter or 0 million butter. We are not producing anything in case of butter, we just producing guns. Then when we started producing butter also, we have to sacrifice some resources from the guns. We need to sacrifice some units in the production of guns to devote it for the production of butter. So this was how we were producing guns and butter. Now the marginal opportunity has been calculated. I hope you all know what marginal opportunity is. So knowing marginal opportunity, we see that here we haven't made any sacrifice. So at first combination we have a dash here, because anything divided by 0 is infinity or null. Then 14 and then 1, then here the marginal opportunity is 1. The marginal opportunity means the number in which the increment has made. So 0 say 1, 1 say 2. So again 2 units were produced more, then 3 units were produced more, then 4, and then 5. So this is how we have the marginal opportunities, and these were the 4 columns through which we have made this production possibility curve. So here if you see that combination A shows one extreme where only guns and no amount of butter is produced. Okay, while combination F shows the other extreme. If you look at this combination F here in this combination F, if you are gonna be seeing it, it shows the other extreme where you are producing only butter and no guns. Okay, so these are the 2 extremes that you need to remember. One is butter, another is guns. So if you are producing only butter, you can see or go to combination F, and only guns in combination A. Then if you are going to be looking at B, C, D and E, show other possibilities where both butter and guns are produced. As we move from combination A to F, guns are transformed into butter, not physically but by diverting resources from the production of guns to the production of butter. So you need to remember, here we are not physically diverting or not physically transforming guns to butters, but what we are doing is we are diverting the resources from the production of guns to the production of butter. Now the alternative production possibility that we are going to be showing through the diagram is that the quantity of butter produced is measured along the horizontal axis and the quantity of guns along with the vertical axis. So without wasting further time, let's dive into this graph, okay, and then we will be concluding with PPC. Now see how we are going to be making the schedule. So this is our y and the x axis that we've drawn here. So this is our x axis, then this is our y axis, and here we have the origin. Now we are going to plot the things that we are going to be making. So as I just said, the quantity of butter produced is measured along the horizontal axis and the quantity of guns along the vertical axis, which is y axis, and the horizontal axis is x axis, where we have presented butter. 14, and then here we have 15. So we have graphed the number according to the schedule that we have made. Now plotting the points, and remember, whatever the points that we are going to place, like any point in the two axis plane indicates a particular combination of two goods produced. Thus points A, B, C, D, E and F that we are going to be showing, like for example here if we talk about 0 and 15, 0 butter and 15, your this will be showing your point A, and this is your point A, combination A. Then talking about B is going to be 14 and 1 gram of butter and 14 grams of your guns, 14,000 guns, then 3 grams of butter, then 12,000 guns are going to be here, then 4 and 9, okay, then 5, and then you are going to be having 5 and 4. Okay, so this point is little bit incorrect, so making the corrections here, 3 and then it's 9 here, then 4 and this is going to be a 5, then you have 5 and the 0, so this is going to be our next point. Now you have to join all these points to get the curve. So this is our resulting curve that we want, and that's how the curve for PPC is. Curve for PPC, which shows the combination of butter and guns. So it shows the combination of butter and guns. Here we see that the combination which the economy can produce with given amount of resources. So by joining these points we get a curve which is known as a production possibility curve, or in the very beginning I said we also say it as transformation curve. Okay, so remember we could even say it as transformation curve. So this is how we used to have it. So I hope after knowing the schedule and the graph you are very clear what PPC would be about. So concluding with PPC, so our PPC curve is the curve which shows various combinations of two goods that can be produced with available techniques and with the given amount of resources. So the keywords that you need to remember, that here we are going to have two goods, only two goods, not more than that. And also remember, here we have available techniques with the given amount of resources. Remember the hashtag that you have here, okay, so hashtag that we have, that was limited resources and unlimited ones. So with that we complete ourselves with the PPC, and there were few assumptions that we should know. The first assumption of production possibility curve is, so the first assumption that it has is, so the assumptions that you need to know, and they are really very important to know, is first, the amount of productive resources are fixed. There is no change in technology. Either you are talking about good A or good B, both goods are similar in nature. All the productive resources are fully employed, so there is no wastage also in case of resources. You are using it for full. Then resources are not equally efficient in the production of all the goods. This implies that as resources are transferred from one use to another, there is decrease in their efficiency, resulting in increase in the cost of production. So this is the main assumption that you need to remember. The fourth assumption is the most important assumption that I haven't written, but you need to remember that resources are not fully, so the fourth assumptions is resources are not fully or equally efficient, not equally efficient, efficient with all the resources or with all the goods of all the goods. Okay, so this implies that as resources are transferred from one use to another, there is decrease in their efficiency, resulting in increase in the cost of production. So hereby we complete our PPC. For the central problems, I refer to part 2 to look at, so your central problems will also get clear. We just have 3 central problems: what to produce, where to produce, and how to produce. Okay, basically what to produce, for whom to produce, and how to produce. These are the 3 central problems that we have in economy. There can be various other basic problems also which can exist in economy, and hardly in every economy and generally in every economy you will find such problems, and there could be many more that you could get, but that we would be discussing in very detail in the next part. For this part we just are talking about production possibility curve and not any central problem. I have given you the glimpse for the central problems, but here we are just going to be talking about your production possibility curve. That's it. Thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Hope you get this part, and then stay tuned for the part 2 where we are going to be talking about your central problems as well. Okay, thank you.